Now India won't buy goods from Turkey? Here's the full list and the reason why. Imagine this. One morning you wake up and the news flashes. Pakistani drones attack India's borders. But this time, the reports mention another name, Turkey. It turns out that many of the drones and missiles used in the attack were made in Turkey. It's shocking, because this is the same Turkey where millions of Indians vacation each year and whose carpets, olive oil, dry fruits, and decorative items adorn Indian malls and homes. But now the question arises, should we continue funding a country that is sending weapons against us? Today, we'll delve deep into this issue. But before we begin, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an update. Now, let's get started. Even though a ceasefire has been declared between India and Pakistan, recent events have revealed the true face of many relationships. From military analysts to common citizens, there is a growing consensus that Turkey has been one of Pakistan's most vocal allies. Supplying weapons, providing drones, sharing military technology, and even openly opposing India on international platforms, Turkey has done it all without any pretense. When India launched Operation Sindoor, every single move of the enemy was closely monitored. And when our air defense systems intercepted and destroyed enemy drones and missiles midair, the investigation that followed revealed something truly shocking. Several of the downed drones carried the names and serial numbers of Turkish companies. This discovery sparked a wave of outrage across India against Turkey. As soon as this information spread on social media, people began calling for a boycott of products from Turkey, Azerbaijan, and Uzbekistan. Hashtags like #Boycott Turkey started trending on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But this boycott wasn't triggered by a single drone. It was the result of Turkey's consistent anti-India stance. From openly supporting Pakistan on the Kashmir issue to making statements against India at the United Nations, Turkey's behavior had been raising eyebrows for a long time, and now it's starting to impact its trade with India. Indian consumer sentiment is shifting. What was once considered luxury, Turkish decor, is now being questioned. People are asking, should we really allow goods from a country that supplies weapons to our enemy into our homes? Indian traders who used to import carpets, tiles, mosaic art, handmade showpieces, and silk fabric from Turkey are now thinking of selling their stock at discounted rates because customers now ask, is this made in Turkey? When it comes to Turkish products in India, they aren't limited to just decorative items. Products like olive oil, herbal teas, and dry fruits such as almonds, walnuts, and cherries have long been popular among health-conscious consumers in Indian metro cities. But now, retailers are replacing these Turkish brands with alternatives. Dry fruits that once came from Turkey are now being sourced from Iran, the US, and Afghanistan instead. What's even more significant is Turkey's industrial machinery and construction equipment, which are used in major infrastructure projects across India. Now, efforts are underway to replace these with Indian and European alternatives. The Indian government's Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India, policy was already encouraging the use of domestic equipment over foreign imports, and the growing anti-Turkey sentiment is adding fresh momentum to that mission. Look at the trade numbers. In 2024, the total trade between India and Turkey stood at $10.43 billion. Of this, India's exports amounted to $6.65 billion, while imports from Turkey totaled $3.78 billion. This means India sells more to Turkey than it buys. Yet, even this relatively small portion of trade has now become strategically significant because it involves a country that is openly siding with Pakistan. Among India's major exports to Turkey are machinery, iron and steel products, oilseeds, precious stones, and fruits. On the other hand, Turkey exports mineral oils, plastics, organic chemicals, and textiles to India. But now, this trade is showing signs of decline. Between February 2024 and 2025, India's exports to Turkey dropped from $470 million to $461 million. More strikingly, imports from Turkey fell sharply from $375 million to just $143 million, a direct decline of $232 million. The question now is not why India should stop buying from Turkey, but how long India should continue giving trade benefits to a country that openly acts against its interests. And the answer is gradually becoming clear through India's policy shifts. The Ministry of Defense is already in the process of blacklisting several Turkish companies. The Ministry of Commerce is conducting trade reviews, and 𝐼 Aayog has also recommended reducing trade dependence on Turkey. Industry bodies like FICCI and CII have expressed concern that Turkey's trade strategy has now turned politically biased. In such a scenario, India must strengthen its trade relationships with countries that respect its sovereignty and defense policies. Continuing trade with a country like Turkey, with an opaque and politically divided approach, only brings strategic risk to India. One more crucial truth has emerged from this entire episode. Public opinion in India is no longer limited to politics. People are now aware and understand that every product they purchase is a form of a vote. If they buy goods made in Turkey, they are, in a way, indirectly supporting that country. And this awareness has transformed the boycott from just an online trend into a grassroots reality. Now that the citizens are alert, traders are cautious, and the government is strategizing, it's clear India will no longer be an easy market for countries like Turkey. India has shown that economic power can also be a diplomatic weapon. And now, it will wield that weapon in defense of its honor and national security. This isn't just a story about a boycott, it's a story of self-respect, self-reliance, and rising awareness. It's the story of an India that no longer blindly embraces foreign goods but makes conscious, informed choices. And that is the lesson countries like Turkey will remember the most.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.